Greetings, I'm Dave Gilmore, and this is Design Intelligence. I've always enjoyed the work of theorists. They contemplate large themes, reduce them into workable classifications, and dig through minefields of rational, irrational, and explosively controversial material in search of possible truths they can then share for the hopeful illumination of those working in fields where their theories might be applicable. Theory is usually the domain of those peering through a window pane at a place where actual thinking, speaking, and behaviors are occurring in the reality of life and living. The theorists, by nature of their work, stay mostly to somewhat detached from the nitty-gritty of life lived out. This perspective gives them perspective the nitty-gritty can't seem to attain. Forest and trees come to mind here. Know what I mean? Should they jump into the middle of full-blown experience, they would lose the perspective so necessary to their work and to the non-theorist illumination. But it must be acknowledged that the perspective of the theorist is incomplete, and that its interaction with reality is, by and large, vicarious instead of personally known, felt, and experienced. In spite of how close a theorist might get to experience, it's not the same as experience experienced. They can tell you others' stories, share lucid observations, and even author inspiring books about their subject matter, but it's still looking through the window pane at others' real pain, real joy, and real life. It is the theme of leadership theory I'm addressing today. Of the top 25 most popular authors and speakers on leadership, 20 have never led more than an academic calendar with small administrative staff. Most have never had direct hiring and firing, profit and loss, or business management responsibilities. By and large, all are theorists looking through the window pane at others' experiences, others' lives, others' failures and successes. Removed from the nitty-gritty of the actual blood, sweat, and tears of leading people, organizations, and the dynamics of business, these theorists author great books, deliver inspiring speeches, and give advice to those living in the trenches, all from vicarious observation. They borrow others' stories to punctuate their points, but they've never lived the anguish of business failure, letting hard-working people go because of economic hardships and owning the responsibility for it all. It is for these reasons I take what they say in theory with reserved hesitation. Experience is what delineates the theorist from the practitioner. When asking for leadership advice, counsel, and insight, I'd far prefer the voice of experience over the arm's-length borrowed stories and trite maxims of theorists. When push comes to shove, the shoved need real answers born out of trial and error. I suppose the reason so few books are authored by the truly experienced leaders is because they are either too busy living the authentic life of leadership or haven't yet figured out how to put into words all the life and living and lessons and learnings they've accumulated in their leading. How about you? Do you want to depend on theory when it comes to leading others, or the actual experience of those who have lived the life and have the scars to prove it? What kind of leader are you? Until next time, I'm Dave Gilmore, and this is Design Intelligence.